Hey guys, this is Locke. This is my video for the upcoming CM, which I'm expecting to hit this coming Wednesday, so in less than a week. Um, this is the correct map for the CM. Previously, I posted an incorrect map video, so I apologize for that. That was not the correct map. I got confused somehow. But this is the correct map, and I have two more images that show you the map in a different angle and shows you the heights. But already you can see that there is quite a height difference where Phoebe and Ketone are standing. So it is always going to be a good idea to bring units that are, that have jump 2 or 3 or even higher. So, make sure you think about that in your planning process on who you're going to be bringing. There's another limitation as well, which is a 220 cost limitation. So it'll be hard to bring 3 UR units unless you bring UR units that are 70 cost or something like Halloween Leela or Victora or Sakura or something. Here is a different point of view of the same map as before, but this is a bird's eye view. I don't know if these starting positions are exactly correct or not, but the map is correct. Mako is the one who posted both of these pictures in the PvP Discord. Thank you, Mako, for posting them. And the third picture that I'm about to show you was posted also on the PvP Discord. I believe it was Lazak, that's LSSAC, who created this image. So thank you for that, Lazak. I might be mispronouncing your name. I apologize if I am. Anyway, as you can see here, there is a lot of heights, especially in that center region. They're mostly like height 4, 5, and 3s. So, bringing a unit that can cross the center region, I think will be fantastic. It'll give you a huge advantage in this map. But we can see already that if you look at the top left corner to the bottom left corner, there's only 14 spaces, which is not very big at all. So, there is a limitation on bringing units that can manipulate CT, like Quicken or Keenblade or Eldira's Limit Burst. So those things are all banned. So typically when those are banned, gunners and rangers have a huge advantage because they have a long range and they can keep shooting you when you're trying to approach them. However, because of the size of the map, which is kind of small, I think that it's not going to be as bad. Like you can probably reach them on your second turn. And most of the time, gunners die to like one hit. So you'll probably be able to use that to your advantage when you're fighting gunners. Also, if you take a look at, some of the starting locations, and I'm not exactly sure if these are going to be the exact same starting locations, but I think there's a pretty good chance that a unit like Kiza might be able to charm you on the very first turn if she goes before you, and depending on where she's placed and where you're placed, I think there is a chance that you might get immediately charmed by Kiza. So to prevent that, what you can do is you can have one of your units that has natural charm resist, like say 50% charm resist, and you can make that unit the fastest unit in your team. So for example, I'm going to use Garvel as an example. So Garvel has 50% resist, and say Kiza goes first, opponent's Kiza goes first, she comes and she charms one of your other units besides Garvel because Garvel has charm resist. So on your first turn, you use Garvel to hit whichever unit got charmed so that they're out of charm. They're not charmed anymore. And now both of your units that are not Garvel can take their turn and most likely will kill Kiza before she gets to go again because she's already ran towards you to approach to charm you. So I think that is a easy counterplay to to fight off against these first turn charm comps. I do think charm is going to be a huge influence on this map. I think I think everybody's going to bring, or at least a lot of people are going to bring at least one charming unit. In the PvP Discord, we have played several matches, not on this map because we don't have access to it, but on other maps. And we've done just like not practice tournaments, but just practice games to see ideas for comps. And almost every single match that I've played against, somebody brought a charmer. Like it was either like Revies or Kiza or Seymour or Zazan. So I think expect to fight charm. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, expect to fight charm. Expect to have a way to fight charm. You can also bring 3 units that have 50% charm resist if you want. So that's one easy way to fight charm if you want to go that way. Or you can bring 9S's TMR, which gives you a nullification of charm for 3 turns. So you can also put it on, naturally charm resistant unit like Garvel. So in the previous example, instead of hitting somebody, you can just use the charm nullification TMR to remove charm from the units that just got charmed. So that's another thing you can do as well. Other than that, I'm just going to go over the rules quickly for what we're expecting. So there's a total cost of 220. So that means it's going to be, again, as I mentioned, hard to bring 3 URs unless you're bringing 70 cost URs, like Halloween Leela and Victora, for example, and you can bring whichever 80 cost UR you want. But most of the time, people are probably going to be bringing a MR unit or lower. If you're going to be bringing a 100 cost unit like King Mont, which I'm planning on bringing, you'll probably want to bring a even lower rarity unit than MR. So I'm thinking of bringing either Liarte or Zazan. And I will need to do that so that I can bring a second 80 cost UR along with King Mont. Another idea I had was to bring King Mont and regular Mont and Halloween Leela. So that also fits to 220. The other limitations on this map is that you are not able to use abilities that re-raise. So skills like Full Life will not work, or Immortal Spirit, or re-raise, or just normal raise. Those abilities will not be working on this map. There's also another limitation of CT manipulations being cancelled out for this map. So you can't bring units that quicken, or Keenblade, or Ildira's TMR. Sorry, not Ildira's TMR. Ildira's Limit Burst. You can't use any of those items. If you do, it will just not work. Something else that this is a bit kind of weird. I mean, because CT manipulations are banned, but haste still works for some reason. It doesn't count as a direct CT manipulation ability, so you can still bring haste and haste your units. So you can bring, for example, Titus and use Hastega, and get all of your units to regenerate CT quicker. However, if you're bringing a height 1 unit like Titus, I think it's a very good idea to bring Ketone's TMR on that height 1 unit, because getting around this map is going to be really hard for jump 1 units. I mean, they will have to go all the way around. They have no access to the middle part. So it's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, there is one way to get onto the middle part, but once you get on, it'll be very difficult to get off. So, I highly recommend bringing jump 2 units, or if you're bringing jump 1 units, to bring a way to increase jump, like bringing, for example, the nimble movement ability on some sub jobs that like, for example, Yuna has nimble movement that you can bring on one of her sub jobs, so that she increases her jump to 2. You can also bring Ketone's TMR that increases jump by 1 as well. So I think it's going to be very important to bring units with high jump on this map, or you'll probably be at a huge disadvantage to your opponent that does have a better agility to move around this map. For gunners, both Nivlu and Federica could have jump 2, so they could potentially get onto the center and start shooting arrows at you. But the thing is, if they do that, and you have a unit like, say, Victora, or any of the units that have a high jump, you can very easily reach them if they're standing in the center. So most likely they'll probably be in the back trying to shoot you, and because you're at a higher elevation than them, their range will be slightly reduced. So at least that is one advantage. And again, as I mentioned, this is a kind of small map, so I still kind of expect to see some gunners, but I don't think there'll be as much of a problem as on, say, the Snowy Fields map, which was the other map that we had, which we didn't have the quicken, we were not allowed to use quicken. So in this map, I don't think gunners will be as powerful as before. I think that's all that I have to say about this. If you want to practice, join the PvP Discord. There are a lot of people that are just looking to practice and try out different compositions, or maybe even ask advice on what teams you can use. That's all from me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave a comment below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care now. Bye.